But this is a good market. This is where I met a lot of my clients that I still have today. I met other artists, did a lot of good trading, picked up a lot of good artwork, and this is probably like one of the best events I look forward to every year. I got a lot of reptiles and dinosaurs, Godzilla. I had my Godzilla piece, but it's gone this morning. Somebody bought it. They got the King Ghidorah one right here. I got this pterodactyl that's sitting above Shiprock. Then I got these two that are dinosaurs here with the fast food restaurants behind them. With this little Farmer Says toy. And then the Gamorrean Guard from Star Wars, and then this one with the centipede game, the little weird background, another Star Wars inspired Navajo scene, and then I got the Sea Monkeys piece here called Manifest Destiny. I always was intrigued with the sea monkeys because you'd always see these ads, you know, like in comic books that would have like the sea monkeys always doing things like lifting weights or playing games, and like they're real people, you know, so you get all excited and you look at these ads, you know, and they're obviously not real. You put them in the water and they just like these little tiny shrimp things that swim around and they die about a week later, you know what I mean? So that's all you got. So I was really bummed out when I was a kid. But this is kind of like a whole idea of playing with the whole image of sea monkeys, pop culture, and manifest destiny, like colonialism and stuff like that, you know, taking over the land. So there's different parallels, and I like the viewer to kind of come up with their own ideas sometimes. So I throw a lot of symbolism in there, kind of make it surreal with all these like real social issues, and try to see if there's something that somebody will get out of it, you know, maybe question their own ideas and you know, what they learned in life. So maybe they want to research and look things up and try to figure things out. So it's kind of good. It's almost educational in some ways. Well, this one I know. I did this one. I had this idea for a long time. The one of the Shiprock one. I've always sort of like had the mythology, the Navajo mythology, the twins, the monsters, and the Shiprock always in my head. Every time I would drive by there, go through Shiprock. Even as a kid, I would imagine that was a giant pterodactyl, because after hearing the stories and stuff like that, so it always intrigued me, and I always been into dinosaurs as a kid, and this whole thing was about sort of like dinosaurs and Godzilla, so it would be a perfect time to throw that one in there. So yeah, this was specifically for this show. I would say about at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks working on it, like just, you know, sitting down for about 8 hours to 10 hours a day working on it. And most of the pieces I do sketches, sort of like studies before I do finish it out, you know, do a piece of paper or whatever, sketchbook, and then it becomes a painting. And some of the big paintings, sometimes I do actual studies that are paintings, and then I make them small paintings and they become bigger paintings. Like this one, I had a small painting. It was like about this small, and then I made it turn into a big giant painting, you know. But I think it has something to do with this lady. Like she's trying to decide if she wants to play that centipede game. But it's kind of like a really tripped out piece too, because it's like it's got all these weird shapes and almost like a whole nother parallel universe, or stepping into another, like you know, whole nother world. So there's like sci-fi elements and stuff like that to it. it's for me, I kind of like think of paintings and stuff like that, art as something that can be just made up, and you can use your own imagination, come up with anything you want, So I always have these ideas of parallel universes, ideas of other dimensions, time travel, so pretty much anything is possible. So I like toying with those ideas, those concepts, because we don't know. You can't really measure time, there's theories on time, space theory and quantum physics and stuff like that, but it's all theory. You can't really get it down and like test it, you know what I mean? I'm sure they want to get to that point, but I don't think they've gotten to that point, So it's always in the back of my mind. I always watch sci-fi movies and stuff like that, so that helps out a lot, So my mind gets all like into all these different theories, and of course I'm Navajo, so there's like Navajo images that pop up and stuff like that. So pretty cool. That one, I remember as a kid, I always remember the Fisher Price Farmer Says. I had one of those. You pull the string and it has like a farm animal sound, like the pig or the chicken. And I listen to these podcasts, like Bigfoot podcasts, UFO conspiracies, and I just kind of popped in my head. I was like, what would be cool? It'd be like have that thing where you could pull that string and then like this weird noise would pop up, and then you'd hear like this EVP or like ghost or Bigfoot howling and in the background, you know what I mean? So I was like, that's where I got that idea from. I was like listening to this podcast, so I did the painting. Just keep an open mind and take a look and enjoy what's out here, and keep looking at art and enjoying art, and inspiring other people to do whatever you do, you know what I mean? It's like I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy inspiring other people, younger individuals to do what they want to do, because anything's possible, you never know until you try it, and there's always obstacles no matter what, but if you want to get to some point, get to it, you'll get there, you just have to keep trying, keep getting up, going, that's all what it's about, so